Get into the car and shut up. She didn't say shut up. She said it in Thai. My pod. I'm getting another one of these. Hi guys, welcome back. This is Alpha Omega Occasionally. I just want to give a prelude or precursor or curtain raiser to this video. This video is about how your status in Thailand can become very, very apparent very, very quickly. And I'm talking about your true status. Not necessarily your visa status, but your social status. How you rank in Thai society, or where do you rank in Thai society? And during this video, we will be acquainting ourselves with a glass of gin or two and a glass of beer lao dark lager. But before the video starts, lads, I just want to extend my gratitude to the guys who have helped me out on Buy Me a Coffee. I really, really appreciate each and every one of you. So I'm going to thank you all individually. Starting off with Baz James Minstrel. Thank you very, very much indeed for your support, Baz, or James. Gary Robinson, thank you so much. It's a pleasure, my pleasure, to bring you these videos. Jock Pie, I want to extend my gratitude to you. Thank you so much. Norwegian, you made a great suggestion there. Why don't I do a whiskey review? Let's see what happens in the future. It's on the cards. Roof for Ith, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Thank you so much for your support. This is a wonderful handle. 64 Eddie 82. 64 Eddie 82. Hello to you and thank you for your support. Set Rock JC, it's my pleasure to bring you these videos and thanks for your support. Jesse, I really appreciate your support and it's always a pleasure to bring you these videos. And Jackstar, thank you for your continued support. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much. And to all of you lads, all of you, if you haven't enjoyed the videos in this channel yet, I hope you'll stay with me for this video and enjoy this one. And if you want to help support the work I do, you can click the link below to buy me a coffee or scan the QR code. Whatever the sentiment that comes across in this video, it's a sentiment of frustration. I love living here. I respect Thai people. But on the night in question, when this story unraveled, you will be able to sense my frustration and grant me that allowance for sounding aggrieved. Here we go. This video is about something that happened to me last night on the way up here. This is Pontutini. I was involved in a car accident. And I'm going to tell you the story of that car accident. But I'm also going to inform you that when you are in any kind of altercation with a Thai, and that could be a mild altercation or not so mild altercation. In this case, it was a mild altercation with a Thai. And I was relegated to a nothing. I'm saying this, you see, it's been a long time since I've had a rant video. But you see, as I've always said, I only rant when I'm passionate about something. And I am absolutely passionate about this because I was treated like a nothing. Anyway, tonight, during this video, we're going to acquaint ourselves with, as you know, this channel is known for its alcoholic beverage reviews. Well, it's not a beverage review. I'll be drinking as I'm talking to you. Anyway, because I don't like to drink alone. We'll start off with some Gordon's London Dry Gin, and then we'll progress to Beer Lao Dark, because I'm telling you, this is not a dark story, but it could have ended up very, very dark indeed. But I can tell you one thing, everything's great in Thailand until it's not. I hope you enjoy this one. So this is the result of what you just seen. Anyway, this is, again, it's not a review. Well, it kind of is a review, and we're telling the story at the same time. And I tell you something, you might think that this house is very disorganized. It's disorganized in a very ordered kind of way. And that's one of the I'm going to tell you the story, but as a prelude to this story, I love my wife, and we get on very well together because we both accept the fact that we don't need organized. It's organized chaos. That's what it is. That's what our life is like. That's what this house is like. But last night, it was completely disorganized chaos. This is the story. We set out to drive up here, which is this here is Pontutini. It's give or take 50 kilometers north of Bangkok from where we are. We live on the north side of Bangkok. So from the north side of Bangkok to here is 50 kilometers. It's about an hour and a bit because of road works and stuff like that. An hour and a half it takes to get here, usually. And this is an unusual night because this was a Wednesday night, because today is Thursday. It's a holiday in Thailand. So we've more or less decided to make a long weekend out of it and stay up here until Sunday. So we set off last night, I think it was 7. And I can't include photos. I have photos taken of this incident, but I can't include photos because of saving face in Thailand. There's someone else involved, and if I mention their name or mention or show a photo of their car, they can sue me. They can sue me. I mean, this is it. What was that? Who said that famous phrase? So sue me. Anyway, is that Japanese food or something? This goes down very well. Gordon's gin with a quarter of an olive, quarter of a lime. I don't know why I keep saying that. Or in Thai they say manao, with lemon soda. That's Sing lemon soda with ice, and it goes down a treat. It really cools you down. And I could have done with one of these last night when this incident happened. So I digress. I'm getting eaten by mosquitoes. I digress too much. Here we go. So we set off 7 o'clock. Everything's fine and dandy. And we pull out onto Intramara 47. And I'm shouting these names of streets out to you. But this is a 6-lane road. And I'm turning left to get out onto the main motorway north, or freeway as you say in the States, north, to bring you up towards Ayutthaya. So I join the traffic, because we drive on the left here, in the extreme left lane to turn, or extreme right lane to turn right to get onto the motorway. And this is about 7 o'clock, and it was extremely busy. This is Bangkok, of course. And there was a line of cars ready to make the turn. So I stopped, and I was about half a meter from the car in front of me. And look, we've all been driving. I've been driving all my life. We all have mishaps, lapse in concentration. I took my foot off the brake. It's an automatic car. It was in gear. And I shunted, and I mean shunted, the car in front of me. I was it wasn't even half a meter. It was centimeters away. And I hit him. And then, as you probably know this feeling, my heart sank when his hazard warning lights went on. You know, Beer Loud Dark. In a previous video, I did a review of these. 3 bottles and a can of Guinness cost me 700 baht. 12 bottles of this in macro today, 600 baht. Absolutely spot on. Here we go. And it's in a Stella Artois glass, so I couldn't get my hands on a Beer Loud glass. But hang on, listen to the pour. Oh my goodness, how about that? Stick on these. Advertising. How about that, lads? Beer Loud Dark in a Stella glass. What a treat this is. Oh God. Absolutely quintessential. But we get on with our story. So he put his hazard lights on, and my heart sank. You know that feeling when you run into the back of someone, and it wasn't even noticeable. It wasn't. I didn't feel it. I just sensed it. And his lights came on, and I get out of the car with the intention of saying to him in my limited Thai, "Oh look, no damage done. Have a safe journey." But oh no, no way, he wasn't having it. I'd say, look, I'm not being derogatory, but he was short, and I think he had a bit of the old small man syndrome going on. Oh, wonder bar. So he inspected the car and seemed to concede there was no damage done. I began to turn around, but he immediately turned back around. Now, we're standing on the road now, and this is Bangkok on a Wednesday. It was a Wednesday evening. So this is Bangkok on a Wednesday evening at 7 o'clock or thereabouts, and there was a string of traffic behind us and a string of traffic in front of us and people beeping and all kinds of chaos going on. And I said to myself, God almighty, why doesn't you just pull into the side of the road and I'll pull in behind and we can sort it out in peace without interfering with everybody else or causing disruption for everybody else. But the Thais don't do things. But the Thais don't do things that way. They stay in situ, causing havoc I'm not going to keep turning that on. Causing havoc for everybody. So he noticed a dent about the size, well, not the depth, in diameter. It was about the size of a fist. And in depth, it was an indentation. It wasn't even a dent. It was just you could almost suck it out if you put your lips up against it. But anyway, he made a big hoo-ha out of it, and then his wife came out of the car and started taking photographs. And in my limited Thai, I pointed to the dent and I pointed to the fender, the bumper of my wife's car. This is my wife's car we were driving. If I didn't say that, I should have said that at the start. But my wife was sitting in the back with Harry. And anyway, the fender, of my wife's car was... And I have photographs of this to prove it, but I can't show the photographs on YouTube because of Thailand saving face stuff. I could get in trouble. Even though it doesn't show any tag numbers or anything like that, I'm just not taking the risk. So the story is kind of a vague story in terms of names and stuff like that. So there you go. So anyway, the level of the bumper was at about 1/4 of a meter. And if you're in imperial system there, I don't know what that is, a foot and a half. That's the best I can do. I don't know imperial. But about a foot and a half above the bumper of my wife's car. That means that my wife's car impacted his car a foot and a half below where the dent was. And I know this because I checked it this morning. There's 2 white marks on the tag plate, on the frame of the tag plate. His car is white, exactly where the tag plate hit the lower bumper of his car. And it was almost impossible, or if not impossible, for me to have caused that dent. Now that was my opinion. This is my opinion. I'm not saying he's wrong. Obviously not. He's Thai, I'm Farang. He's right, I'm wrong. That's the deal, by the way. That's the deal when you have an accident here. So anyway, I just said to him, Ben Bai Mai Dai, which means impossible. Well, it doesn't mean impossible, but the interpretation, the translation is something different, but the interpretation is impossible. And he disagreed with me. He said that I had caused the dent. Now, even if I had caused the dent, what preceded, what came after, there was no excuse for what came after. That's beautiful. That is beautiful. My wife got out of the car and started talking to him in Thai, of course. And they had this very polite discussion, all saving face stuff, you see. And then she came to the driver's door and I had the window down and she started screaming at me in Thai, screaming, and I didn't really understand what she meant. And my son Harry was in the car and Harry said, she wants you to sit in the back. So I sat in the back. And then I was demoted to nothing. I was the driver, I was the cause, but oh no. They were talking about it amongst themselves. He went round the back of the car, passing me by. I was sitting here. He walked around. He started directing traffic. And then someone on a motorcycle asked him what it was. And I heard him say the word farang. And I nearly jumped out of my seat. Farang. Of course, farang. Monkey boy. So Monkey boy sitting in the back seat of the car, being reprimanded for doing whatever I did. And I was in the wrong. I hit him. I was in the wrong. But we had to sit there for 40 minutes, disrupting all the traffic. They don't pull into the side, they just stay where they are, and there's no damage done as such. You could, as I said, you could just suck it out. There was nothing. So after 40 minutes, himself and my wife had an agreement that they would cross the junction and pull in on the left side of the road, on the far side, so we'll be out of the way of everybody else. And they did that. And we waited another 40 to 45 minutes for her insurance company and his insurance company to come along on motorcycles and assess the damage, and have the document, the sheets with the diagrams of cars on it, and they put it where. And then he started pointing to all these other dents in his car up by the window, and I got out of the car and I said, "Hang on, he's milking it." And my wife just said to me, "My insurance will cover it. Get in." I had to get into the back seat of the car. I was absolutely demoted to absolute nothing. The monkey boy farang. And the insurance company guys exchanged notes. My wife signed her document. The other fella signed his document. And they all agreed to go off. And that was the end of it. And no one said anything to me. No one asked me, other than when I got out of the car. And I was told to get back into the car. Because you're a nothing. Everything is fine here. Until it isn't. And if you think otherwise, this is what really, at times like this, I just have to laugh at farang who have Thai passports and think they're Thai. Well, you might be Thai on paper, but you're not Thai. You're absolutely not Thai. Just get yourself into an altercation with a Thai and see how Thai you are. But that's besides the point. I love this country. And you know, in previous videos up to now and the beer reviews we've done, and we're still doing one, by the way, that I want to end my days here and I love it here. But you see, as I said, everything's grand until it's not. And you feel totally reduced, totally surplus to requirements when things like that happen. You're just a farang. That's what you are. And you can, I felt it. I'm a great believer in, if you feel it, it's there. If you feel it, it's there. I can feel the microphone, it's there. I can feel the bottle, it's there. I could feel the sentiment last night. The monkey boy was sitting in the back, not allowed to say anything, while the Thai sorted it out. And that's a fact. That's not dressing it up. That's not making it out worse than it was. But that's the way it was. Imagine you sitting in the back of the car, being told to sit in the back of the car while they sort it out, not being able to give your own opinion. That he was, look, he's a beautiful man. Of course he is. I have to say this. Beautiful guy, wonderful fella. I was totally in the wrong. I hit him in the back. I shunted him. But all the rigmarole, they love their drama. Oh, Jesus. Do they love their drama. That is a classic mountain out of a molehill. The drama. It could have been sorted in minutes. You see, the way they do things here, they call the insurance, this is the way they operate, you see. They call the insurance company out on a motorcycle at the site of the accident. They're out, in fairness, like they were out within 40 minutes. Both of them. But all of this could have been sorted out simply by exchanging phone numbers, exchanging your insurance details, and sorting it out with your insurance company at an appropriate time. But oh no, he had to do the traffic, directing the traffic and hold up the traffic, and it was all a big hoo-ha. Probably the most interesting thing that happened in their lives all bloody week. For me, it was not even, to say it was an inconvenience is not even an understatement. It's so far removed from an understatement. That's an understatement in itself. I was made to feel like I was a child again. The last time I felt like that, my mother told me to shut up on a bus once because I did something wrong, and she gave me a wallop on the side of the head, as mothers used to do then, and said, "Shut your mouth," or whatever. I forget what she said to me, but that's exactly what she said to me last night. Get into the car and shut up. She didn't say shut up. She said it in Thai. My pod. I'm getting another one of these. So by the way, this is Beer Low Dark again, just to give you a heads up. And it's about 60 baht in any 7-Eleven, if you can find. Not all 7-Elevens by any means sell these. They should, because it knocks Thai beers on the head. Nothing wrong with Thai beers, but this knocks Thai beers on the head, as you know. This is not a clean glass. It had Beer Low in it before, but it's only Beer Low on top of Beer Low. But there you go. How about this one? Whoa. There you go, lads. Are you feeling thirsty? That is probably the most drinkable beer in Southeast Asia. So that's what it's like to be treated as a nothing in Thailand. And I know you won't. Maybe there might be somebody who thinks I'm overreacting to this. But if you want an overreaction, just look at the way they overreacted to. It wasn't even a shunt. It wasn't a shunt. U is a broad vowel. It gives the impression of a shunt, a large interaction or whatever. But it was a shint. It's a slender vowel. That's what I call it. It was just a bare minimum touch. And as far as you see, I'm not disputing what he says, because I can't, because I'm Farang. The door is open there. I don't know who's coming. Could be her. She wouldn't understand what I'm saying anyway. It's Harry. Yes, Harry. Give me a second. In my 13 years in Thailand, I have come to realise that I'm enjoying living in Thailand more than ever over the last 6 months or a year or so. And I love living here and I love the people. But you see, that's only when things are good. When things don't go so well, then you realise you're just nothing. You're just a Farang. That's what you are. You're just a Farang. And I apologise to that man that I ran into the back of him. I still dispute, but I don't say he's wrong, but I dispute that I caused the damage that he said I caused. But it's of no consequence, because what I said didn't even merit a listen. It was all decided. I was ex parte, to use a legal term. So there you go. Being a nothing in Thailand. And that's the story that proves it. I tell you, I love living up here in Patuntini. We left here last Sunday. Today is Thursday. Last night we arrived Wednesday. Although we arrived late because of that. But we'll be here until Sunday afternoon. And I love being here. I absolutely love being here. And you can see why. I've got my man cave. But most importantly as well, I have you guys. And everybody who's helped me on Buy Me a Coffee, I really appreciate it. I wouldn't have bought 12 bottles of beer Lao for 700 baht, 700 odd baht in Macro this evening if it wasn't for you guys. And thanks again. Ah. Flavorful, strong, full-bodied, that's it, full-bodied, refreshing, friendly, reassuring, satisfying. Any more adjectives, leave them in the comment section. So guys, I welcome your comments on this video. All I can say is, I again, just to reiterate, I love living here, but you know, when things are good, they're good, but when things are bad, you just realise what you're not, and you're not Thai, and you never will be, even if you have a Thai passport. I know there's fellas who would disagree with me, but anyway, guys, if you haven't done so already, click the like button, the share button, subscribe button, do all those wonderful things, and I'll bring you back another wonderful video very soon. I'm going to have another few of these.